Hi, today is October 7th. It's almost 4 p.m. here in Lviv. It's 3 p.m. in Berlin. It's 2 p.m. in London. And it is, it's almost 9 a.m. In the United States in Atlanta. So the day 225 of the heroic fight of Ukrainians and the free world against evil. Brief summary. First, we have received early this morning the information about how many Russian troops and equipment has been destroyed on the day 225. So the total number of personnel destroyed is 61,680, and yesterday 350 personnel has been eliminated. Also 17 tanks have been destroyed, 29 armored combat vehicles, and what's significant about October 6th is that 31 artillery pieces have been destroyed. This war is called an artillery war. Only 5% of the wounds received by soldiers is from close combat using machine guns. Pretty much everything else is artillery. So having destroyed 31 pieces of artillery is very significant. So this is the point number one about the day 225. The point number two, in Russia, they have an upper chamber of the parliament. It's actually just the name. There is really no elections there. There is really no democracy. Still, the speaker of the upper chamber of Russian parliament is Matviyenko. And she was saying yesterday that she really wants to start talking to the members of the Ukrainian parliament and reach peace. It's very similar to what Putin was saying a few days ago, quite similar to what Elon Musk was saying, and also similar to what the Pope was saying recently as well. He said that he hopes that Zelensky will find, in a sense, courage to reach peace, to stop fighting, and then start talking about how to resolve this whole war. So why are they saying that? Ukraine has clearly stated that Ukraine is not going to have any talk about the war with Putin, and Putin is a dictator in Russia, so there won't be any conversation with Putin at all, that Ukraine will liberate its territory, and that's it. So why are the people in Russia saying that? Putin, Matviyenko, and some people in the West as well. The only reason they do that is that they want to impact an opinion in the United States, in Western Europe, of people, so that kind of to show that, hey, Ukrainians, they're not willing, they just want to fight. They're not willing to come to peace. Ukrainians are these crazy war-hungry people, and we should just not be supporting Ukrainians. We should not be encouraging the war. Look, Russians are wanting to stop the fight and reach peace through negotiations. So that's the reasons Russian officials are saying that. And again, Like I said before, if Ukraine were to stop fighting, Russia would build up its resources, its army, and would attack again. The goal of Russia is to destroy the whole of Ukraine. So here's a quote from Zaluzhny. He's the number one person in the Ukrainian army, the chief commander, and this is the quote that I think he probably said recently. He said the following: "We have no right to hand over this war to our children. The enemy must be destroyed here and now, and we can do that." Also, some time ago, the Secretary of Defense of the United States, Lloyd Austin, he said that the goal of the United States and the world should be that Russia would not achieve the victory in this war, in a sense that Russia must lose, and to get to a point where Russia would not be able to attack Ukraine or any other country in the future at all. So that's what the goal should be: complete liberation of Ukraine and making it sure that Russia cannot attack, do this kind of war in the future. So that's the point number two. The point number three, I just saw this morning that there has been a poll done in the United States regarding whether the United States should keep supplying Ukraine with weapons. So in August, the percentage for support was 51%, and today in October, the percentage of Americans supporting providing weapons for Ukraine is 66%. So we see a 15% growth, and I think one of the reasons for that growth in support is that I think maybe very practical. I think people see that there is a way to win this war, that it's not something that would last years and years and years. After this incredibly fast advance and liberation of Kharkiv region by the Ukrainian army, I think people saw in the United States that this war could be won by the good guys. I'm very excited about this news. However, I am concerned about people like the Pope, people like Musk, some people on Fox News like Carlson, Tucker Carlson, who I believe is 100% a Russian agent. You know, some other people, people like Trump and people around Trump. I know there are a lot of people a lot of my friends who voted for Trump, a lot of my friends who like Trump, I think a lot of, from my point of view, a lot of things that have been done during the Trump administration I support. And yet, I do believe that the policies that Trump has been pursuing during his presidency regarding Ukraine have been adversary, have been bad for Ukraine. We're pro-Russian and anti-Ukrainian, and if you were to want to talk about this in the future, of course we can do that. So that's point number three. Very quickly, point number four: OPEC plus, which means that it's OPEC countries plus Russia and maybe plus somebody else. They decided to cut oil production by 2 million barrels, which means that the oil prices should be going up, which means that it's bad for economy, it's bad for inflation. And so it does seem to me that unfortunately Saudi Arabia, which is the leader of OPEC, and Russia are working together. Not good. And yet I just think that the world is moving very, very quickly towards stopping using oil, switching to electricity, electric vehicles, and also I know that shale gas is being developed in the United States, oil and gas discoveries around the world other than the OPEC countries. So I hope that oil prices will not go through the roof. And the final point for today is that European Union is getting ready to adopt the eighth package of sanctions against Russia. Russia is getting most of their money selling oil. So European Union will be stopping buying oil from Russia and oil products from Russia in a very near future. And also European Union is introducing a price cap on oil. We'll see whether it will work. It's quite complicated, but still something that's related to oil as well. The cap on oil and ban on buying oil by European countries is being introduced by European Union. So that's the news, something that caught my eye regarding on the day 225 of the war, of the fight of Ukrainians and the free people of the world against evil. Everybody have a good day. Thank you very much for supporting Ukraine.